Happy morning, dear students. Today's topic is IMNCI, Integrated Management of Neonatal and Childhood Illness. The age group is from 2 months to 5 years of age group children. Okay, what is IMNCI? IMNCI approach is to emphasize on both preventive and curative health services, including vaccination, breastfeeding, complementary feedings, micronutrients, and vitamin A supplementation, counseling on health problems, and case management of acute respiratory tract infections, diarrhea, worm infestations, malnutrition, measles, malaria, etc. These are the conditions. Mainly they are concentrated in the IMNCI to prevent the childhood diseases. For example, here IMNCI is given some strategies. Here they are given 3 strategies to control the childhood mortality and then morbidity, and they given some guidelines and case management process. Already previous session we discussed about what is case management process and what are the classification, that is the color coding system, pink, yellow and green color. Okay, today we are going to discuss about age group from 2 months to 5 years of age children. Okay, hi, this is Jansi Rani. Today's topic is IMNCA. Goals of the IMNCA: standardized case management of sick newborns and children, focus on the most common cause of mortality, nutrition assessment and counseling for all sick infants and children, home care for newborn to promote exclusive breastfeeding, prevent hypothermia, improve illness recognition and timely care seeking. Okay, these are the goals of the IMNCA. And what today's topic we are going to discuss means that age group is, this is the second age group, under 5 children. Already here the 2 divided age groups is there. Under 5 children are, first age group is 0 to 2 months age group. That topic already we covered in last session. Today's age group children, today's topic age group children are 2 months to 5 years of age group. What we are supposed to discuss in this topic means to check for the danger signs of children, check for the breathing problem, check for diarrhea, check for malaria, check for malnutrition and anemia, check for ear pain or ear problems and immunization status. These are the topics we are going to discuss in detail. Age group is same. Assess and classify the sick child age from 2 months to 5 years. General danger signs. What you should ask means you should take the history about the child. What are the danger signs they are having? First one is child able to drink or breastfeed? You should ask. And does the child vomit everything? How much the vomiting content is there? Should ask about what type of vomiting, with that vomiting is contained of bile juice, or that projectile vomiting, or that vomiting is mixed with the blood. Everything you should ask. Okay, and then has the child has convulsions? You should ask about the child convulsions, how far the convulsions is there and duration, and then what are the body parts are involved during the convulsions. Okay, everything should ask. And next, look means here you should observe the child condition. What you are supposed to observe means, see if the child is lethargic or unconscious. Okay, by physical examination or by observation itself, we should identify that child is having lethargic or unconscious or coma, whatever it may be. You should look, that means you should observe the child condition. Okay, and next, you should ask about the child's child, whether that child is having difficulty breathing or not. If they said yes means you should ask for how long that child is having, that type of difficulty breathing, and then difficulty breathing, and you should ask. And then next, look, listen, and then feel. Count the breath sounds. Child is having how many breath sounds, okay, how much that breath sounds it is there per minute, and you should check everything. That is 2 to 12 months of age group children, you should check about the breathing, whether that is fast breathing or more than the plus or minus it is 50 per minute it is there or not, you should assess. Okay, and then 12 months to 5 years, whether the fast breathing that is more than 40 per minute, you should assess everything, how much the breathing pattern it is there, whether fast rapid breathing or shallow breathing is there. And look for the chest in drawing. Okay, chest in drawing, you know about what is chest in drawing means. When the baby is taking breaths, okay, that means inhale the inhalation, that time what happen, chest in drawing means automatically the lower chest wall is in drawing inside the chest wall. Okay, that is called as chest in drawing. When the baby is inhale the respiration, that time you should identify the respiratory distress problems. And look and listen for the stridor. What is that stridor? Stridor means, I said previous class, that is a harsh noise when the sick child is breathing. Okay, that is a very harsh noise it is there for when the sick child is breathing. Okay, you should look for the whether look and then listen for the child is having stridor, that is a noisy breathing is there or not, you should check. And then classify cough or difficulty breathing. Okay, you should classify the child cough or difficulty breathing, how much it is difficulty is there, everything you should assess. This is about the cough or difficulty breathing. You should ask, look, listen, and then feel. And look at this table. Here the classification table for the cough or difficulty breathing. Here we should know about color categories first. Okay, I said color category, pink for it is an urgent referral, and yellow for outpatient OPD management or hospital, that is subcenter management, level management, and green for which color coding, that green color for home management. Okay, these are the color codings are given in this IMNCI. According to the classification, some signs is there in that baby. Okay, that time only you should classify. Okay, for example, severe pneumonia or very severe disease. Okay, that time what are the signs is there in that child means any general danger signs or chest in drawing or stridor or calm. In calm child is there, means that is lethargic or unconscious. Calm means here these are the danger signs whether the child is having. You should classify as a severe pneumonia or very severe disease. For example, what are the signs is there here? Chest in drawing, and then stridor. Stridor means it is a hoarse noise. Why this hoarse noise is there in the children means because whenever the lower respiratory tract infection is there, that time the baby is having some hoarseness of the breath. Okay, hoarse noise is there while taking of the breathing. Okay, that time you should classify as a severe pneumonia or very severe disease. Okay, what your treatment is supposed to go. For example, it is a pink color code, no? What you supposed to do means give first dose of an appropriate antibiotic, mostly preferable some drugs only given in IMNCA, that is ampicillin and then gentamicin only. Give first dose of an appropriate antibiotic and then refer urgently to the hospital. Okay, this is about the management or treatment for the severe pneumonia or very severe disease. Okay, you should classify as a pink color code. What type of management you should give means here the pink color means pink color means the plan C management. Plan C management means before sending or before referring the baby to the higher center, before that you should administer the first dose of antibiotics. That is the management of pink urgent referral. Plan C management. And next one is, if the child is having the signs of fast breathing, that time you should classify as a pneumonia. Okay, and then here the pneumonia management, what type of management you are supposed to give for pneumonia baby means, here give an appropriate oral antibiotics for 5 days, soothe the throat and relieve the cough with a same with a safe remedies. Here we should give some some treatment, that is the first dose of 5 days dose of the antibiotics, and advise mother when to return the immediately and then follow up in 2 days. Okay, this is about the pneumonia management, that is home management. And next, third one, here, if the child is having no signs of pneumonia or very severe disease is there, that time you should classify as a no pneumonia, just baby is having cough or cold, that time home management is needed. That color coding for the home management is green in color. Okay, if the coughing more than 30 days, refer for the assessment. Smooth the throat and relieve the cough with the safe remedy, and advise mother when to return, and then follow up should be explained that mothers. Okay, this is about the classification of the child is suffering with the cough or difficulty breathing. Okay, all of you clear what we discussed in this table? Whether child classification, 3 classification is there, whether severe pneumonia or very severe pneumonia, what are the signs is there, and then pneumonia, what are the signs is there, and no pneumonia or cough, what are the signs is there, and then treatment. Okay, this is about this table of cough or difficulty breathing. And next one is diarrhea. Here you should ask about does the child have diarrhea? If they are telling that yes, the child is having diarrhea means, then you should ask about for how long. Okay, how long means how many days the diarrhea is there. Okay, and then is there blood in the stool? You should ask, because because of blood in the stool, that is dysentery, it is an urgent referral. Immediately you should refer the case to the higher center. Okay, that is. And next one is, that is about you should take history by asking, and then look, listen, and then feel. Look at the child general condition. Is the child lethargic or unconscious? You should observe the child's condition, and restlessness or irritability, everything you should observe by physical examination. Okay, that is. And look for the sunken eyes for the child fluid level. Okay, for example, if the child is having diarrhea, automatically dehydration is there. So you should assess the child fluid level. Is the child whether not able to drink or drinking poorly? You should look. And drink eagerly and thirsty. You should look and observe all those things, how that baby is taking the feedings, everything. And next you should feel about, pinch the skin for abdomen. Okay, then you should feel, okay, whether baby is having dehydration. Okay, you should assess for the dehydration by assessing of the elasticity of the abdominal skin. Okay, so does it is go back means it is some dehydration, and it is very slowly back means baby is having some moderate dehydration. If it won't back means severe dehydration is there. Okay, how much severe dehydration means? More than 2 seconds it is going slowly means it is in severe dehydration. Then you should assess everything. Okay, whenever any child comes with you with complaint of diarrhea, you should ask, you should take the history, how long the diarrhea is there, whether that stools is having with the blood or not, we should ask. And then you should observe the child condition, that is look, listen, and then feel. Okay, check about the baby general condition, that is lethargic or unconscious or restlessness or irritability, everything you should observe. And then you should check about the dehydration status of the baby. Okay, how far the baby is having. Okay, dehydration level. Okay, whether that baby is taking feeding or not, that also you should assess. This is about the diarrhea, about your history taking and observation. These steps must and should follow whenever you are classifying the child. Okay, look at this picture. Okay, this is about classification of a child have diarrhea. Okay, what these are the steps I said. No, if S, child is having diarrhea, if S means how long it is there, already these steps we discussed. Okay, okay, are you clear this image? And then classify the diarrhea. Here the classification of diarrhea, first you should classify as a dehydration, and should classify, and if diarrhea is 14 days or more, means 14 days or more means you should classify as a pink color code. Okay, and then next final third classification is and if blood in the stools, that is dysentery is there. These are the three classifications for the diarrhea. Okay, first classification is SS for the dehydration, and if the diarrhea 14 days or more, and then if the child is having blood in the stools, means dysentery is there, you should assess. Okay, under this classification we will discuss one by one. Okay, first what we discussed means severe dehydration. Okay, we will discuss one by one. Look at this image, same that image only in detail it is there. Okay, you should classify as a severe dehydration, severe dehydration, some dehydration, and no dehydration. Severe dehydration means what are the signs is there in that baby, means the two of the following signs is there, that is lethargic or unconscious, sunken eyes, not able to drink or drink poorly, skin pinch goes back very slowly, means that indicates that severe dehydration. Okay, it is the color coding is pink in color. Okay, pink color coding means urgent referral. Before referring you should give some fluids, because child is having severe dehydration, no, and then you go for the plan C management. Plan C management means you should administer the first dose of antibiotics before referring the case to the higher center. Okay, that is about the management and of severe dehydration. And second one is some dehydration. Some dehydration, what are the signs is there in that baby, means restlessness, irritability, sunken eyes, drinks eagerly, thirsty, some dehydration. What are the signs is there in that baby, means two of the following signs, that is restlessness, irritability, sunken eyes, drink eagerly, thirsty, skin pinch goes back slowly. Any two of the signs is there for that baby. Okay, so it classify as a some dehydration. Some dehydration, what is the color code for this some dehydration? Means yellow in color means OPD management. You should go for the plan B management. Give fluids and food for some dehydration baby. If child also has severe classification, then you should referral the case. If baby is able to take ORS sips, means you should advise to continue the breastfeeding along with the ORS, and advise mother when to return immediately. Tell them about the follow-up within the 5 days. Okay, this is about the some dehydration. And next third one is no dehydration. No dehydration means what are the signs is there in the, if the baby is having no dehydration, means not enough signs of classify as some or severe dehydration. Here the home management is needed for this baby. Give fluids and food, treat the diarrhea at the home level. Go for the plan A management. Plan A management means giving of ORS sips for that baby, and then home remedies is used for that baby, and then explain about when the mother is returned to the hospital, and then follow up. This is about the classification of the dehydration. Okay, the first classification of diarrhea is what? See, look at this. First classification of diarrhea is dehydration. This table is Just we finished. Okay, and second one is what? Okay, if the baby is having diarrhea more than 14 days, okay, then we discuss. Okay, here the child is having diarrhea more than the 14 days means that time you should check about the child condition. That is about the severe persistent diarrhea is there. Okay, how far the child is having severe persistent diarrhea, that is the classification. That also is indicate that urgent referral. Okay, what are the signs is there for that severe severe persistent diarrhea means the signs is dehydration, child is having some dehydration, and then the treatment management is treat for the first dose of antibiotic before referring the case, and then send the mother to the higher center, okay, along with the baby. Okay, that is about the severe persistent dehydration. And second one is persistent diarrhea. Here the child is having persistent diarrhea means that time here the signs is no diarrhea is there. The management is just OPD level management. You go for the plan B management, that is giving of antibiotics, that is ampicillin injection gentamicin for the 5 days. Okay, that is about the child is having persistent diarrhea management. And next one is child is having blood in the stools. Okay, that time you should classify as a dysentery. Okay, dysentery means here that also is OPD level management. Give for the antibiotics for 5 days, and then give if the baby is not having along with the diarrhea, vomitings is not there, no, that time advice for the ORS, and then along with the breast milk. Okay, this is about the management of the diarrhea. All of you clear? And next, does the child is having fever? Okay, what you supposed to ask for that baby? Here every time, and if any complaint is there, you should ask, look, listen, and then feel. Okay, here if the does the child is having fever, they said, that mother said yes. If yes means decide the malaria risk. How? Here the whether it is high or low, because the some season is there. Okay, malarial seasons during the rainy season, because of more mosquitoes, malaria is there. So you decide that risk of the malaria, whether it is high or low, and then ask for how long that fever is there, that baby. If more than 7 days has fever been present every day, you should ask. And has the child had measles within the last 3 months, everything you should ask. Okay, so ask means you should take history about the how long that fever is there, more than 7 days or not, whether a child is having any measles previous last 3 months is there, everything you should take the history, and then look and then feel. It is an observation. Okay, by physical examination observation, you should check for the look for runny nose, or look or feel for stiff neck. Okay, whether it is meningitis, any inflammation in the brain. Okay, that time child is having stiff neck, everything you should observe the child condition by look and then feel. And look for signs of measles. Okay, you know about some different signs is there in the measles, no? You should observe everything. Has measles no or within last 3 months, you should ask. And then look for or observe for rash, mouth ulcers, whether child is having cough or pus from the eyes, runny nose, clouding of the cornea, red eyes. Everything you should observe for assessing of the measles. All of you clear? These are the steps when the baby is having fever. These steps should be look, ask, listen, and then feel. Okay, all of you clear? Then we will observe. We will check the tables. Okay, this table indicates that child is having febrile, very severe febrile disease. Okay, very severe febrile disease means child is having fever. Okay, what are the signs is there? Any general danger signs of signs it is there, and then stiff neck. It indicates that you should classify that is an urgent referral. Means that color coding is pink color code. Okay, give quinine for severe malaria first dose. First dose of an appropriate antibiotic, that is injection ampicillin, injection gentamicin IM. First dose, treat the child to prevent low blood sugar. Give 1 dose of paracetamol in clinic for high fever, that is 38.5 degrees centigrade or above. That time only you should administer the injection paracetamol and refer urgently to the hospital. This is about the management of the very severe febrile disease condition. Okay, and next second one is whether that baby is having malaria. What are the signs is there? Means fever by history or feel hot or temperature, that is 37.5 degrees centigrade. At the same time child is having some higher low reasons in season in the malarial season in the that area. Okay, that also one of the indication. Here that time child is having these are the signs, so you classify as a color coding is in yellow in color, that is OPD management. Okay, if no cough with fast breathing, treat with oral anti-malarial drugs, because child you classify as a malaria. Or if cough with the fast breathing, treat with the quatrimoxazole for 5 days. Give 1 dose of paracetamol in clinic for a high fever, and advise mother when to return the immediately. Follow up in 2 days if fever persistent. If fever is present every day for more than 7 days, then you refer the case to the higher center. Okay, so this is about the malaria. You should go for the plan B management. What is there in the plan B management for the malaria? The first dose of the quatrimoxazole for 5 dose you should give. And then along with that, if the child is having some without having of a cough or breathing problems, that time give anti-malarial drugs first dose. Okay, this is about the malarial management. And next one is the classification of table about the measles. Okay, malaria and then fever, everything is over, then you go this table is for the measles. Here the classification is severe complicated measles, measles with the eye or mouth complications, and then measles. Here the 3 color codings is there. First classification is severe complicated measles. What are the signs is there in the measles? Means any general danger signs or clouding of the cornea or deep or extensive mouth ulcers is there for the baby. Okay, that time you should classify as a pink color code. Go for the what is the treatment for this pink color code? Means urgent referral. Give vitamin A. Give first dose of an appropriate antibiotics. If clouding of the cornea or pus draining from the eye, apply the tetracycline eye ointment. Refer urgently to the hospital. This is the management, that is plan C management of the severe complication of the measles. Here the what drugs they are using? Vitamin A and then tetracycline ointment, and they are giving for the first dose of antibiotics, that is the injection ampicillin and then gentamicin. This is the management for the severe complicated measles. And second one is measles with the eye or mouth complications. What are the signs is there in this measles? Means pus draining from the eyes or the mouth ulcers is there. That time you should classify. The color coding is yellow, means OPD management. OPD management means you should give for the vitamin A oral syrup, and if pus draining from the eye or eye is there, treat eye infections with the tetracycline eye ointment. If the mouth ulcers, treat with the junction violet, and then advise the mother follow up when to return the hospital. Okay, this is about the management of the measles with the eye or mouth complications. Okay, next measles. Here the just child is having measles, means measles no or within the last 3 months child is not having any measles. Okay, so the management is home remedy is needed. Give the vitamin A prophylaxis for that baby, and then advise the mother when to return the hospital and then follow up. This is about the classification of the measles. Okay, total 3 classification is severe complicated measles, measles with the eye or with the complications, mouth complications, and then measles. Okay, these color 3 color codings, pink, yellow, and then green color. Okay, and next one is next problem is eye problem. Okay, then what you supposed to do, supposed to ask whether that baby, any baby that 2 months to 5 years of age group children, they are asking, they came with you with complaint of eye problem, ear problem, means you should ask about does the child have ear problem. You should ask. If they said yes, means ask there is there ear pain. Okay, because in our age group 2 months to 5 years infant, they doesn't express about I'm having pain in the ear, they won't tell. But any tenderness or any problem, any discharge is there, you should ask and then observe whether baby is irritating with that ear. Okay, everything you should observe. Is there ear pain? If there are if their ear discharge is there, you should ask, means taking the history. If they said yes, means how long, you should ask. Okay, this is about history taking. And look and then feel, means look and pus drain from the ear, feel for tender swelling behind the ear. Okay, you should observe, means any tenderness is there, whether you are palpating the back of the ear, whether baby is having some tenderness, that time everything you should observe. Okay, how long it is there. Okay, this is about the ear problems. Then we will move on to the table. Okay, here the classification of child having ear pain means first one is mastoiditis, second one is acute ear infection, chronic ear infections, no ear infections. Okay, total 4 classification is there. First one is mastoiditis. Mastoiditis means here the classify as a pink color code, means here the what are the signs is there for that baby. A tender swelling behind the ear. Okay, that time you should decide that that baby is having mastoiditis. Okay, inflammation of the mastoid bone. So you should treat that baby as an urgent referral. You give the plan, you go for the plan C management, means first dose of appropriate antibiotics, injection ampicillin, injection gentamicin, and first dose of paracetamol for the pain, and refer urgently to the hospital. This is about the management of mastoiditis. And second classification is acute ear infection. What are the signs is there in the acute ear infections? Means pus is seen drain from the ear and discharge is reported for less than 14 days or ear pain. So here the child is having some acute ear infections. Give an oral antibiotics for 5 days because OPD management, no. Give paracetamol for pain, dry the ear by wiggling, and follow up within 5 days. Okay, this is about the management of acute ear infections. Next, chronic ear infection. This also is treated as a OPD management. So they given yellow color coding. Okay, what are the signs is there in chronic ear infections? Pus is seen draining from the ear and discharge is reported for 14 days or more. So it is called as a chronic. Means what treatment you supposed to give means go for the plan B management. Dry the ear by wiggling, follow up within 5 days, and give treatment of antibiotics, or if the symptomatic treatment you should give. And child is having no ear pain or ear infection. So what are the clinical features or signs is there? No ear pain and no pus seen draining from the ear. So no additional treatment is required. Home management is needed for that baby. Okay, this is about the ear problems. All of you clear? And next one is malnutrition and then anemia. Check for malnutrition and anemia. Look and feel. Okay, what you supposed to observe or palpate that baby means look for the visible severe wasting, Okay, here the muzzle wasting by looking that baby, by observing the baby you should assess, okay, according to the age how much the baby weight is there. Look for the palmar, child is having palmar pallor. Okay, okay, by observing of the palms of the baby it become pale. Okay, is it a severe pallor or pallor? Okay, how far it is there you should assess. Some pallor or severe pallor, mild pallor, everything you should ask, you should observe. Look for edema of both feet, because anemic babies their pedal edema is there, so that also you should observe. Determine weight for the age and classify nutritional status. Okay, this is about the malnutrition, what you supposed to look and then feel. Look at this picture image, classification table for malnutrition and then anemia. Here the malnutrition is severe malnutrition or severe anemia. What are the signs is there? Means visible severe wasting or severe palmar pallor or edema of both feet is there. So here it indicates that urgent referral, give vitamin A and then refer the case, because baby is needed nutritional rehabilitation. So in higher centers, nutritional NRC is their nutritional rehabilitation centers. So they will treat the malnutrition baby. Okay, and then anemic babies. Okay, next one is anemia. Next classification is anemia or very low weight. What are the signs is there in that baby? Means some pallor, some palmar pallor or very low weight for the age is there. So what is the management? Assess and feeding. Okay, check for the baby's feeding levels. If the feeding problem is there, follow up within 5 days. If pallor, give iron, give oral anti-malarial, high malaria, whether it is risk is there, that time you should give mebendazole for 2 years. Child is 2 years or older children only you should give the mebendazole tablets for that baby or syrups. Okay, has not had does the previous 6 months. Okay, that time only you should administer the baby for that mebendazole, and then advise the mother when to return, and if pallor or follow up within the 14 days. Okay, this is about the management of anemia or very low weight. Okay, if very low weight for the age, follow up within the 30 days. Okay, this is about the management of anemia or very low weight baby. Okay, this is this plan of treatment is B. Okay, next one is no anemia and not very low weight. Okay, what are the signs is there? Not very low weight for age and no other signs or malnutrition is there. Home management is required for that baby. If it is less than 2 years old, assess the feeding and counsel the mother on feeding techniques and everything. If feeding problems is there, follow up within the 5 days, advise the mother when to return immediately. Okay, this is about the malnutrition, anemia, malnutrition and the anemia. And then next finally check about the immunization status. Okay, how you should check about the immunization status means you should they are having schedules, immunization schedule chart. Okay, then they doesn't know about what vaccine they are taken, but they are having immunization cards. Once we go through that immunization chart, whether any missings is there, you should administer according to their age group. Okay, and then explain about the follow-up, when to return and when the next dose is there, everything you should tell. Okay, this is about the immunization schedule. You know, all of you know about this immunization schedule. Okay, next one is counsel a mother or a caretaker. Ask and listen, price and give the advice. Okay, first you should ask about the history and then listen what they are telling, and then praise the mother or caretaker. Okay, very good. You should praise whether whatever they are doing, because they are struggled a lot. So you should praise their parents or mother or caretaker and give some advices. Check essential elements. Teach how to give oral drugs. Teach how to treat local infections. Teach how to manage breast or nipple problems, because inverted nipples and sore nipples or breast abscess, everything is there, no? So you should teach how to manage those problems. Teach correct position and attachment of for the breastfeeding. You know about the breastfeeding techniques, what are the importance of the breastfeeding, and then everything should teach that mothers or caretakers. Counsel on other feeding problems, okay, because whether that baby is having any oral rest or any problem is there, you should counsel that problem, okay, if any problems is there. Advise when to return, counsel the mother about her own health, okay, that also you should concentrate, okay. This is about the counseling a mother or caretaker. And feeding recommendations, okay, if any feeding problems, malnutrition is there, some feeding recommendations is there. First one is up to 6 months exclusive breastfeeding you should give advice, okay. And second point one is 6 months to up to 12 months breastfeeding plus katori serving. Means katori serving means it is a one bowl full of rice, or a bowl full of any mixed dal food, everything it is there. 3 times per day if breakfast, or 5 times per day if it is not if it is not breastfeed, okay. If it is baby is taking breastfeeding, katori serving you should give 3 times, okay, one full bowl of food, that is mixing with rice or dal or mashed potato or banana or fruit, whatever it may be, okay. 3 times a day if child is on breastfeeding, 5 times a day if child is not breastfeed. We should give this treatment, this management of feeding, okay. Next one is third point, 12 months to up to the 2 years breastfeed plus food from family pot plus 1.5 katori serving, 5 times a day is needed, okay. Along with the family members, we should give that same feed that baby, which age group means 12 months to 2 years of. Along with that 5 times per day you should give the diet for that baby, okay. And fourth one is if the child age is 2 years and older, family food at 3 meal each day plus twice nutritious food should be given for that babies for maintaining of the prevention of the malnutrition. And what are the foods we should given for this under 5 children means, that is mashed roti, rice, bread, biscuits mixed in the sweet milk or in thick dal with a ghee, or the offer banana, mango, papaya or dal, halwa, kheer in milk, everything. These foods should be preferred for that malnourished baby or under 5. These children are the growing babies, growing children, so they need more diet compared to the others, okay. This is about the feeding recommendations. All of you clear? I hope everybody is understood about today's IMNCA topic, that is 2 months to 5 years of age group children. What are the conditions we discussed for these babies? For these 2 months to 5 years, what are the conditions we discussed? That is check for the danger signs, breathing problems, diarrhea, malaria, malnutrition and anemia, ear pain or immunization status. Okay, these are the conditions we discussed today. I hope everybody is understand today's topic.